Hey guys, welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. Today we are building a row of family townhouses and we're going to be checking out the new bunk beds that the Sims 4 released in their latest update. So let's get started. So I am building on a 40 by 30 lot today in Willow Creek, and I am building a row of 3 townhouses. And in case you don't know what a townhouse looks like, it's a little different from your regular single detached home. So depending on where your unit is, usually you're sharing at least one wall with your neighbor. So they all kind of look like they're stuck together. And it's just a different type of housing, but it's still, can fit a family. They're still can be really large. And I am able to fit in 3 units here on this lot. And so these 3 units, they're gonna look almost identical. And they're all going to have 3 floors. They're all going to have 2 bedrooms, a backyard, and a fake garage. So the reason why I decided to build a townhouse is that they're more compact than a regular house, and I wanted to showcase the new bunk bed items. So I was thinking, with a townhouse that has 2 bedrooms, what would a family do if they have more than 1 child? That means they have to share a bedroom. And so I thought that bunk beds would be a nice way to resolve that issue. And I know we've been waiting for bunk beds for a long time, so I'm excited to try it out. And as you can see, the build is coming along here. And I actually followed a real life floor plan. It's just that the exterior was completely up to me. So I chose a very simple exterior style. It has the red brick and white wooden paneling. And it's just a really cute suburb style. So it's not like a modern townhouse. It's not blocky. It really just looks like a nice suburban area, nice place to raise your family and stuff like that. And then here in the back, you'll see that I'm creating their backyards. And so their backyards will have, half of it is kind of like a patio flooring, and then the other half will have grass. And of course, you can change that to your own discretion. And in terms of, for this video, so I am building 3 townhouses, as you can see, but I'm actually only going to be fully decorating 1. So it's going to be that first unit on the left there by the cherry blossom tree, because it would just take too long. And also I wanted those who were to download this lot, I wanted you guys to have the flexibility of changing the floor plan if you want, or you can copy what I made in the first unit. So it's totally up to you guys. And if you wanted to fit more rooms in this townhouse as well, what you can do is you can kind of like stretch out that back wall so that there's less of a backyard. And so you can fit more rooms that way. Or you can get rid of the garage because it's not really functional anyways. It's just for like decorative reasons. So that could become a room. Or you can even add a basement, which I did not include in my build. So you can definitely take out the utility room, put in the stairs, create a basement. But for this purpose, I'm gonna keep it as 2 bedrooms because I wanna showcase the bunk beds. And this is the unit I'm decorating, so I'm choosing the floors, the walls, adding the doors, and all of that. So the ground floor is going to have the garage, as well as a utility room. That's what the floor plan had. And then the second floor is going to be the main floor. It's going to have the living room and the kitchen and the dining area. And then the third floor will have the master bedroom, the second bedroom, 2 bathrooms, and it's also going to have like a laundry closet. I don't want to say laundry room because you can't actually go in and walk around. It's more like a closet where you open the door and the machines are right there. And that's usually how it is, I would say, in townhouse builds, especially if there's not a lot of room. So here I'm moving on to the decorating. The garage, I was able to put in a red van. I'm adding a bicycle and some storage here, making sure you have the seasons storage box so that you can decorate your house for different festivities. Here's the utilities room. It's really just decorative. Your Sims can't do anything in this room, but the floor plan had it, so I wanted to just stay true to that. And this is the entryway, so I'm adding a shoe rack, a mirror, a dresser, kind of like a bench ottoman where you can sit down and try on your shoes and things like that. I kept this area pretty neat and tidy because it can get kind of narrow. As you can see, there's only kind of like one row of squares for your Sims to walk through. But aside from that, I was thinking about who would be living in this townhouse, and I decided it would be for a family of 4, and they're going to have 2 kids, both boys, and they will be sharing that second bedroom together. So here in the backyard, I'm adding like a nice barbecue grill. They can have family dinners outside. They can have people over. I also wanted to add a gardening item, just making sure that your Sims have different activities in this lot, no matter what they're interested in. So adding some landscaping in that corner because it looked kind of sad. So I added in some flowers there. And I also added this red bucket here so that your Sims can have a water balloon fight. So that requires the seasons pack. And then an outdoor clothing line where you can dry your clothes, a swing set for the 2 boys who may be very active. I don't know, it's up to you. And then just decorating it with some more items, kind of like potted plants and things like that. So pretty simple backyard, I would say, but I tried to put in different activities so that it wouldn't get too boring. And then moving up to the ground floor. So the ground floor, usually how townhouse floor plans work is that it feels like a long hallway and you're just kind of like walking up the stairs. And so in their floor plan, they had a fireplace, so I included that. And this is the living area here. So it kind of connects to this screen door, which goes to an outdoor patio that overlooks the backyard. And then there's kind of like a wall separating you from your neighbor, but you can very easily like peek around the wall and like take a look at what your neighbors are doing. Of course, nobody actually does that. But they try their best to give you privacy, but your neighbor is literally like right there. So here with the living room, for the furniture choices, I went with a lot of black furniture and dark wood. I felt like that just went well with the exterior colors. So that's what I ended up going with. And this living room area, it's pretty big, as you can see. And it's kind of like, I decided to go with like an open floor plan just because as I started building, it became more and more compact. And so here in the kitchen area, I had a hard time choosing the kitchen cabinets. I wanted a dark wood cabinet, but I really, really dislike some of the cabinets that come with the base game. I feel like they look really outdated. So I ended up choosing these ones from the Spa Day pack, which look a bit more modern. And then for the kitchen layout, usually I like to include an island, or I like to include like a kind of like a U shape where there's bar seating. But I felt like there wasn't enough space to do that, so it felt kind of cramped. And so instead I went with an L shaped instead. And I was just thinking more about the kitchen workflow, when you're moving from like the fridge to the sink to the stove. I just didn't want it to feel like narrow and like restricting your walk flow. So instead of an island, I decided to put the dining table right in the middle there. But it's still a fully functioning kitchen. It has the sink, microwave, dishwasher, stove, and fridge. It has all of that. So it's still fully functioning. It's just not as big as the kitchens I usually build. So for the dining side here, again, kept it simple with the black and dark wood theme. And I really liked how it just saved a lot more space and it didn't feel too cramped after that. So once I decided on this, I felt like there were a few more places where I could decorate. So I wanted to include a bookshelf of some sort, squeeze that into the living room there. And I also wanted to fit in a children activity item because I just knew the bedroom would be really, really small and cramped. And I wanted the kids to have something to do on each floor. So I ended up putting in a toy box, and that's it for my children's activity on this floor. So after decorating this, I felt like there was still some space left to decorate, specifically that walkway between, like right behind the sofa and where the stairs are. So I put in another cabinet, which replaces a hutch where you can put your dishes and things like that, right by the stairs there. And then I started looking at that corner right when you come up the stairs from the entryway. That looked pretty empty. And so I decided to make that into like a work from home area. So I put in a full adult desk with a computer and a bookshelf. And so this is where the adults can work from home from. Or I was thinking when the kids grow up, that might be like a shared computer space. So here I am decorating the kitchen counters. I needed to leave one of the counters empty so your Sims can prepare your food. Usually my island are the ones that are empty, but for this one, there's no island. So just wanted to make sure that functionally everything works there. And so yeah, I didn't really decorate the kitchen too much. I tried to keep it nice and simple. And then over here, again, here's where I'm adding that work from home area. And I just really liked how I tried to utilize most of the space here. I feel like when you have a family and you have kids, or if you want to include like a pet in this townhouse, spaces fly by really fast, and then pretty soon you just don't have enough space for the items that you wanted. For the curtains, I usually don't like to use the blinds because I find that they cover too much of the window and then it doesn't let the light come in. But I was able to minimize them and make them fit. They're just kind of finicky, so I don't usually like to use them. But here, finally, on the third floor, there's my laundry closet. I also used actual closet items from the Get Together expansion pack. Even though they take up a bit more space than a dresser, I like to include them because they allow you to have different functionalities. You know, children can play in the closet, they can cry in the closet, your Sims can woohoo in there. So it's not just about changing your outfits. So that's why I wanted to include the closets in this build. And so this is the second bathroom, and I think it's like the only bathroom that guests can use. So the guests will have to come all the way upstairs to use this bathroom. And then for the bathtub, I chose the one that is also a shower. So kind of like dual functionality. You can get different moodlets from a shower, but then you can't bathe your toddler. So that's why I chose this one. It gives you all the functionality in one. And then for the ensuite bathroom here, pretty similar furniture items that I chose. It's just that the closet is connected to the bathroom instead of the bedroom. And I noticed that some of the ensuites are like that, where the walk-in closet is connected to the bathroom instead. So yeah, pretty simple here. It's kind of like a weird shaped bathroom, but I was able to fit everything. And then this here is the master bedroom. Again, I'm choosing like black and dark brown furniture. I kept the parents' bedroom like pretty basic. Like there's not a lot of character in it. You don't know what kind of people they are or what their personalities are like. I just tried to make it look like neat and tidy. But I was able to squeeze in another TV so the parents can watch TV from their bed. And then that area right by the bathroom door, I wanted to fit in another seating item. And I ended up using the bench seating from the cats and dog pack, which is, it's kind of weird because it has like a hexagon back shape. And I just find that I usually don't build rooms with like a weird shape like that. So I don't get to use that seating very often, but I do like it. I like the shelving underneath. So I just like made it fit there. And then finally here we have the room for the two boys. So here I am playing around with the bunk beds for the first time. They do come in a variety of different colors. I chose 2 blue ones, and I decided one of them will have a bunk bed and the other one will not, just to showcase like different heights and levels. And I wanted both boys to have their own desk, so that's what I'm doing here. And of course, immediately I was disappointed because when I tested this for gameplay, basically the Sims couldn't climb up to the bunk bed if I had that desk there. So I tested it around with different items. It works if I rotate the desk like this way so that half of it is facing the window. Yeah, basically you can't put an item that takes up 2 squares under a bunk bed, but you can put an item that only takes up 1 square. So that's a little disappointing, because, you know, that functionality is not extraordinary. But I still like the bunk beds. I like how they look. I think a lot of people were happy that it was free and it was included in the update. It just, you know, it wasn't everything that I had dreamed about. So this is it for my townhouse build. I had a lot of fun building this and I really like how it looks like, and you can fit more than one family in this lot. So if you're interested, you can download this from my gallery and start playing with it. Aside from that, if you guys have any ideas on what I should build next or how else I should play around with the bunk beds, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Toodles!